Uh, so when I'm doing the waitlist strategy and stuff, and you did this just for like a recent drop, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So when you're doing the waitlist strategy, there's two things that could affect it. There's how quick or like how long you run the wait list. Like for me, I only do like 7, 10 days. 10 days being the max right there. It's probably the more typical one right there. Because if you
Okay.
do it like 30 days, it's like it has to be like an extremely high ticket, extremely scarce product for me to do the wait list on something longer, right? Uh
Yeah.
like I was looking at like marathons this past weekend. There's some marathons that like almost the whole year they have so many people apply for it that they only allow like a 4 day period for people to sign up for the wait list before they actually choose to do
Mm.
like actually allow the tickets to be sold and stuff like that. So the time you do it, and then from there, what you're telling people on the landing page. I like to do a landing page where we're sending traffic to. I know I sent you the one for Gritty Soul last year, a couple years ago for Black Friday and stuff. So the actual landing page itself. And then lastly, the email nurture sequence. That's going to be huge right there, the email nurture sequence. And we've seen it as far as like collection drops, for example. We've just seen some collections do better than other collections. This goes back to my time working with I forgot their exact name, but they were a monthly clothing box brand,
Mhm.
and they were doing the same exact strategy where they acquire leads all month, and they only sell their clothes for 7 days a month. The other
Mm.
21 days a month, or technically 23 days a month, they just do lead gen. And they would have very different performance depending on the clothes in the box of whether people or not would actually buy the box, depending on the designs and stuff. So that's
Oh
also
wow.
a last factor right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with clothing it's really important to have like the clothing that actually appeals because that's where the value is coming from. Especially if you don't have a big enough brand.
Um, yeah, if you don't have a big enough brand, yeah, it does play an effect. And that's the fun thing. It's like once you start doing in the beginning, it's like you're starting to train your audience specifically around like, okay, hey, there's a new drop coming up. I know for a fact they sell out. I better hurry up and get there. So that's also another thing is that like I don't know if this is your first time ever doing a wait list or a first time like doing it for a regular drop. The more you do it, the typically it gets better because then you refine your strategy a little bit. And then also too, like the reasons of why I need to be on that wait list get stronger. For example, like I said, if you sell out, for example, let's say you only have 30 of one particular shirt everyone wants. And it's like people think you're lying until you actually, you know, like it's market has sold out, then like, oh fuck. So then the next time you do the same thing, like, oh shit, I know I need a fact to be on that wait list and be there early. So
Mhm.
sometimes like having those negative, what I would say, just like negative things that can happen to people if they're not on the wait list and don't get there early. And when they actually experience it, it actually only increases the potential of them going for the next one.
Oh, I see. Do you collect SMS at all? Like, do you collect their numbers when you're enrolling people into the
Oh,
wait list?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
I feel like the cost per lead would probably go up a lot if I have that step
But the
or
quality goes up though.
the quality goes up.
Like if
Yeah.
someone's serious about buying something, they'll put their number in. If someone
Yeah.
just wants to like be skeptical, they can put their email in. Like I've never put my number on anything that like I was just like if I'm funnel hacking someone, I'm never putting my number in there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if I'm like actually serious about buying something, I'm putting my number in because then it's like just helps me like I don't know, it just shows I'm more serious.
Yeah. Yeah. I also made, I wrote this down, but yeah, having a shorter waitlist period because we did 14 days, probably like 14, 17 days for the waitlist. So I'll probably shorten that amount of time. I'll do
Did
the
y'all post on Instagram every day about it as well? That you put
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
stories,
yeah, crazy. Like
all that?
we were posting organically TikTok, Instagram twice a day, like leading up to the whole, the drop. So the
Nice.
organic was there, and I was the way I was collecting leads. Actually, I was kind of boosting the posts, like through Meta. I was kind of promoting the organic posts and then
Yeah.
trying to get leads that way. Um, and yeah, it was. I mean, some videos did well for the lead nurture. But yeah, I'll start collecting the numbers. I'll shorten the waitlist period, and I'll work on the nurturing because once they're in that funnel. I want to make sure that, they keep getting reminded like, hey, this is coming out. Another thing I'll probably do is instead of just giving them an incentive like, oh, you have early access, I'll probably do like a little discount with the first 100 orders. Like,
Mhm.
hey, like, first 100 people get this discount. Like,
Yeah,
ask that.
because what you want to do is like, oh, I got subscribed to a wait list that it's going to let me know when this collection drops. But like that's it. It's just a reminder for me.
Yeah.
So how can we incentivize people to want to be one of the first 100 people there? So like for example, I remember like when we were doing this for Icon, they never ever did shirts before at the time we did this. So what we did was is we released a limited collection of shirts.
Mm,
And let me actually take that back. It wasn't a collection. It was like two shirts, a white shirt and a black shirt. And we told people that the first 100 people who buy on Black Friday day are going to get a free shirt with their order, but only for the first 100 people. And
mm,
it like went crazy because now you have a list of 10, 5 to 10,000 leads you just acquired for this wait list. And then now all of them are like trying to be one of those first 100 people to purchase. And we specifically said like 9 a.m. On Black Friday. So we didn't just do at 12 a.m. So it was a specific time. And at 9 a.m., our Black Friday sale goes live. And the first 100 people get a free shirt when they buy. So everyone's fighting to be one of those first 100 people.
Was it done with like a coupon code where they attach it and then they can select the shirt size? Because I know like sometimes like, someone could be ordering size large, like, and then, but for the t-shirt, they're size medium.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good question. To be honest, I don't remember that part. Uh,
mm,
I honestly, I don't even know if they just like sent everyone a random shirt and hopefully they got the size right
yeah,
based off the pants they were ordering.
yeah.
Or they tried the coupon code, but I don't remember there being a coupon code at all. So I think
Okay.
they literally just tried, hey, boom, you know,
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
cool. Was that all the questions you had?
Yeah, I don't want to take up all the time. It's like, so if anyone else has anything.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will have something else. All right, cool. Next person. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All
Someone,
right.
what's up? How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. How about you?
Doing pretty well. Just trying to crack some new winning ads. I'm actually working on product aware and aware right now. Um, and yeah, I mean, I doesn't seem like I can't get really anything to stick, consistently stick, really.
Hmm.
Um, so
What you
I'm
tested?
also trying.
What's some of the last stuff you tested?
Sorry.
What's some of the last creatives you tested? You want to share?
Yeah. I'll share some objection ones. Let me just pull this up real quick. But yeah, and I'm trying to test some Halloween ads as well too. So I should ask this while I'm pulling it up. Um, would it be, I mean, I guess I should test both, but would it be better to just start with just like a Halloween variation of my best performing ad?
Yeah, so it's like aware, product aware, like those can literally take me a day to put together.
Hmm.
They're not difficult. It's like, what's the objection? Here's why your objection's false. Here's why you need to buy now. Boom. And then like that doesn't take much brain power. It's a lot of logical arguments and stuff. It's not really like super emotional and stuff like that. So those can be pretty quick. They're not hard on the creative side. And then the next thing on the side is like, yeah, we also want to start launching those Halloween style. I'm sure you've seen the message I put in the group chat yesterday. There's two kinds of Halloween style. There's the side where it's just like, okay, hey, we're taking our 50% off site wide and we're just rebranding it out to Halloween 50% off site wide, or whatever your offer is. And then the other aspect of Halloween is actually being able to make metaphors with common Halloween things people have experienced before, and then metaphorically talk about your product or the benefit it provides or your mechanism it does around that. So those are kind of two ways to go about Halloween ads. Technically, that'd be all three of the types of ads that I'd be testing right now for you specifically. If we have a lot of top of funnel ads, that's where I'll be looking at bottom of funnel, middle funnel, aka aware and product aware stages. And then if we're all bottom of funnel, middle funnel, I'll be looking at top of funnel, a lot of top of funnel stuff right now.
Cool, cool. Yeah, let me just share my screen real quick for this ad. All right, can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, I can see your screen.
All right. Let me refresh this to restart the ad. Oh, okay, you probably can't hear the audio, can you?
Is the captions match everything?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. So, um, if we're going to go the Halloween route, you got to be very careful when the
Well,
Halloween.
I don't want to interrupt you. This is my best performer right now. This is a objection that I'm addressing with sensitive skin.
Mhm.
And it actually had two purchases at, like $2 spent. So like I feel like this is, something that could convert, but it's just not really getting spent. I launched another ad, I think a day or two ago, with a trying to do a better hook.
Mhm.
Still really no traction. So if you have any thoughts or why
So
maybe
the idea behind this ad is that we're going after an objection, right? So it's gonna be a lower funnel ad.
yes.
So that's also the first thing first we have to keep in mind. It's a lower funnel ad. Like we're going after
Mhm.
objection, the percentage of people that have this project objection, and because it's lower funnel, we already know it's not going to get a lot of spin. And then the second thing is what percentage of people actually have this objection as well.
Mhm.
So if we already have a lower funnel ad, and let's just say hypothetically speaking, a small amount of people have this objection, it's barely going to get any spin. And but it'll still get some good purchases, which is amazing. Go back to the beginning of the video. I just want to see that hook one more time. Okay, so we're calling out people with sensitive skin, right?
Yes.
So they have sensitive skin and they're scared to try your product for what reason?
So a lot of products just have failed on their dark spots, and a lot of them have actually irritated them, broke them out even more, made it worse,
Hmm.
and just really worsened their skin condition.
So what I want you to try here is literally keep this video as is. And then here, I just dropped a link to a TikTok comment generator.
Mhm.
And then I literally want you just to make a TikTok comment of someone with the objection. So that's number one. And then what you'll do is you'll put that TikTok comment like on the beginning of this video right here, because that's what people is going to see.
Mhm.
So in like your case, you could try a couple different ones. So like literally you don't even need to like test the other visual hooks. You're just testing different types of like different comments and you can just duplicate that video a few times. So that's one thing I would test right there. Just simply calling out that objection via the TikTok comment. And then from there, I've just seen it do really well at lure people in because people are naturally used to seeing the text to like reply or the video
Mhm.
text to reply. And when they do that, they're always usually like kind of zoned in of what that comment says. So I would like make sure the comment sounds like two things. Number one, it needs to sound like your target audience said it. And then also too, it needs to hit on like that whole objection right there, which is I've tried other things for my dry skin and like nothing works. Or other things made my dry skin worse or my dark spots worse, right? And then that's what you can go into right there.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I had another objection. I think it was for like bleaching. Like some people were worried about bleaching. I'm also like researching all this because most of the concerns I see on my my ads in the comments. So a lot of them was like bleaching. And I actually tried that. I think with one ad I tried the comment. But yeah, I'll try with this ad. I'll try with the comments, or with that TikTok comment reply.
I would
Uh,
also too use this moment to go a little bit more on the logical side.
mhm,
So in like like you showed a lot of footage here of like persons using the mask and stuff like that. Let me pull open this real quick. I dropped last night an example for all y'all to check out. Shout out Taylor for being the guinea pig. But let's see. Here you go. So this is something right here where I took like Taylor's product, for example, and then I just like went ahead and first understood how the ingredients work. So like I took his product, here's my product. Obviously, I'll give out the full product page in like detail, but he didn't really have a great product page with a lot of detail on it. So here I was like, all right, I want to understand the ingredients in it because they weren't listed on the product page. Then I, understood the ingredients. And I was like, hey, what ingredient helps with people with fine lines and wrinkles? Because that's like the main problem he's going after. And then I'm like, hey, how does it work? Like explain this to me. And then they gave me some like very like complex stuff, and I'm just like, yo, like I don't care about any of this. How does it reduce fine lines and wrinkles here? So like yours would be like, how does this actually help with reducing dark spots, for example? Then it kind of gave me like again a pretty good like explanation. I personally understood it, but you got to keep in mind with advertising, you always want to talk to someone as if they had a fourth grade reading level. And it's not because people are dumb, which I mean, to be fair, there's a good amount of dumb people, but it's not that people are dumb, it's that in advertising, things happen so fast that you keep things simple so the brain can actually process it. Whereas if you have things complex and things are happening fast, it's hard for people to grasp and they swipe past it. So I was just like, hey, explain this to me as if I have an IQ of 90. And then it basically just like told me, hey, this product makes fresh new cells, which, reduces the fine lines and wrinkles basically. It's like a reset button for your skin, helping it act younger so lines and wrinkles look smaller. I was like, great, this is amazing. Now start making me headlines with this, and it kind of goes through and maybe some really cool headlines and stuff like that. Now, for you specifically, I would go and like to address that objection, right? Like nothing's ever worked for my dark spots. Well, here's in simplest terms of how this product works, and then you could do some cool like visuals of like going into like even use ChatGPT for example, or even VO3 for example, to actually explain the mechanism as well. So first get it explained in simplest terms with ChatGPT and make like the script and stuff like that. And then you can actually use some animations with like VO3, for example, to actually showcase like I know this is a mask that goes on their skin. Did they wear it all night or just like for like a little while?
in the ad explains that they wear it overnight.
They wear it overnight. Okay, so
Yeah.
like in this case right here, like one thing you could be hitting on is that like other people, for example, or other creams and stuff like that, you just put it on your face and then you wipe it off. This actually sits on your face all night, so it can actually like absorb into your skin.
Hmm.
The average cream or etc. On average, it takes at least an hour for something to absorb in your skin. So just wiping something on and wiping it off is just not enough time. This thing actually sits on your face all night, which actually can really dig into the skin and be able to get down to with like dark spots, for example. Dark spots are on the second layer of skin. So you have three layers of skin, and dark spots are actually on the second layer of skin. So the second layer of skin is what you actually need to hit to. And yes, the first layer can absorb about anything pretty instantly. It takes at least an hour for something to absorb to get to that second layer. So this mass actually goes down to that second layer, and then be able to actually reduce those things a lot more effectively. So like literally how I explained it like that, just keep it simple for people, and then also show diagrams and visuals as well on top of the visuals you already have now. I think the visuals you have now are really good, but it also lacks some of that visualization of the mechanism working, which can also further improve things.
Right. I had a animator make something like for my product to showcase that. But yeah, I use that for my USP. Like, regular products take like 10 minutes, but this, allows, like hours, to fade that. But yeah, while we were talking, I kind of realized I could explain in my objection ad with, the sensitive skin, a lot of products, aren't natural and, while my product you actually uses natural ingredients, and uses those natural ingredients, to slowly, sink into the dark spots, carefully, so I see some other ways I can approach it.
Yeah, and that's also where another thing where it's like your mechanism taking all night is also why it's perfect for sensitive skin because things that you apply to your face and instantly sink into your skin use very harsh chemicals for to allow that to happen. Whereas
Mhm.
ours, it uses natural chemicals. Natural chemicals, the downside is they take a little longer to seep into your skin, but they don't irritate dry skin. They don't make more breakouts. They don't leave your skin like red or dry, allowing you to effectively alleviate the dark spots without the harsh effects.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Before I don't want to take up too much time. I want other people to ask questions, but just one more question. Is there anything else in my ad that you noticed that I could improve on, or is that's really?
No, no, I mean everything else was good. I would just say those are the main things right there. My only thing is I think the Halloween, you have a lot of really good Halloween angles that you can go for. Just be careful that you don't make it seem like there's a way to talk about it that's funny about like you could almost do something where it's like someone's walking around and it's like where's your Halloween outfit or like no like she's just walking normal and it's like oh she already has her Halloween outfit out on and then like how does she like imagine or think about those dark spots in her face and how like she already has a Halloween mask on whereas after taking this that it's removing that Halloween mask in a way. And I'm sure there's some ways you could go about it. You just have to make sure it doesn't make them feel bad about themselves. That's the
Mhm.
key thing. There's a very, very thin line between funny and making someone feel bad about themselves. You just want to make sure you don't make the person feel bad about themselves. Or it's going to be an immediate swipe and, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I actually tried testing a Halloween variation. It wasn't like too in depth like that. It was kind of like with the hook. It was like, oh, do you know what's scarier than like permanent dark spots? And then I'm like, I'll like peeling them off overnight. And I mean, it's an all right hook. I mean, it's not that good because it didn't really get that much spend. Today's the first day of running it, so I'll definitely try that though, what you mentioned.
And the lyric even start off with something simple like, amongst your audience, what do they define as scary for Halloween? Hey, you know what's the scariest thing about Halloween? This. You know what's the second scariest thing about Halloween? Dark spots. Or having to wake up every morning and knowing that there's nothing you could do about this and having to go out there and you never know what people's going to say or how
Hmm.
people are going to think about you and things like that. Kind of playing on that insecurity angle and then jumping into, well, look, at least now there's finally something there for you. Um, I think another really cool one, if you want to get creative, there's one that I saw a few fitness trainers do where like they took a picture of the fitness trainer and it was like they put them around like a backdrop of like if they just got arrested. It was like basically their mugshot, basically. And it was
Hmm.
like wanted this particular fitness trainer. And basically the reason why they were wanted was because they did such a good transformation on their clients that their clients basically vanished. They just don't look recognizable. So like the old themselves vanished, and now they're like people are on their hunt to arrest them for vanishing people. So I feel like you could probably do something around that with like, I started using this mask and stuff like that. These dark spots vanished, and because these dark spots vanished, I'm unrecognizable. And then you can kind of like play on the route of like how this thing is now wanted, in
Hmm.
a way. So I'm sure there's something fun you could do around there.
Perfect. Yeah, I definitely got some ideas from that. I definitely want to test. But yeah, that kind of answers all my questions though. Thank you.
Sweet. You're welcome, Jaden. All right, let's see. I think John raised his hand next. John, you want to go?
Yep. Hey Nick, how's it going?
Hey, doing pretty good, man. How are you?
Good. I just joined the inner circle last week and before the price increase, so been learning a
Smart
lot.
move.
So yeah,
That's a great example right there for I know Alex was asking about waitlist earlier. It's like I'll always raise the price. I never go back down on the price. So I've already raised it a handful of times. So it's like there's people right now that are on the fence for 1,500 and I'll be raising it again for 2K in a couple months. And it's like, all the people are gonna wish they would have joined. So it makes the wait list just so more effective when they actually see I raised the price.
You got me, you got me. Yeah, I just had three rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so the first one is so for the pillow brand that I'm running, I was wondering if listicles or advertorial landing pages are mandatory for health related products.
Um, I wouldn't say it's mandatory, but I would say like just about every single person I know that's doing 7 and 8 figures in the health and wellness space have
Yeah.
advertorials and listicles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because so for our brands, we have a monthly budget of only or daily budget of $100. So we're just scared that if we have different landing pages that we're testing, the budget's going to be spread out thin.
that wouldn't even come close to my mind. Like that
Oh,
wouldn't even
okay,
cross my
okay.
mind.
Okay. Second question. So I see in the chat that you talk about keeping the ads on with the current strategy, like not turning them off unless they take up too much spend and while negatively affecting your performance.
Yeah.
So what would you say is kind of the indicator for turning those off, the negative performance?
So it's like I'm leaving existing ads on because like they've been running for a while, they've been working and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like, let's say, for example, you're spending $100 a day. Let's just say, let's say right now you're getting, I don't know, a $30 cost per purchase. And then today you launch ads, and then Monday you check the ad account and you notice a new ad you launched today got overall spend. And then Saturday and Sunday you start getting a $60 cost per purchase.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, well, look, this ad took overall spin. So, like, obviously, it has a big effect now on things. And then we've seen 2 days in a row now where cost per purchase literally doubled. I mean, it's pretty smart to me to assume, like, hey, it's because of that ad. I need to turn it off now.
Hmm.
So that's my turn off strategy currently right now. I just started doing this, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, and so far, like every account that we've applied it to, like everyone is seeing a much lower cost per result since we've started
Oh,
doing this.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, last question is a quick one. So because I'm like a one man company or agency,
Mhm.
I have to create like all the stuff by myself. So when we put up ads, do you think that I should get like a group of ads together and then launch them, or is it okay to upload them one by one as I finish them?
Yeah, like there's no wrong answer to that. Like when we're working on accounts and like performance is dipping and we're like, fuck, we need to hurry up and like get something rolling now. Like
Yeah.
I'll be a lot more of I'm not waiting a week. I'm not gonna wait and only launch every 7 days. Like I'm gonna take a lot more aggressive action. And every day I have new ads ready, I'm gonna launch them. Now, to
Hmm.
be fair, like if I launch once every 7 days, I'm gonna have way more ads to launch. Like for example, I just sent over 90 ads to be launched today for one client. But
Wow.
we spent the last 2 weeks building all these ads. And it just so happened that like, all right, we spent 2 weeks building ads. I had three different editors building ads for them, another person doing a landing page, another person writing some avatars and listicles. So like just a ton of assets to launch for this client. And like we're gonna let all this run for like the next 2 weeks.
Hmm.
So like we're launching it all at once today. I have another account where performance is not doing hot. So like every time we have ads ready, we launch immediately. We don't wait to put everything out at once. So like in your particular situation where you're at right now, you're perfectly fine. Just hey, I got some ads ready, launch.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
Whatever I build today, I'll launch it, and tomorrow I'll build something new again.
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing the one by one. Just whenever I have something, just put it up right away.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Then
Sounds
as you
good.
build your team and everything like that from a systemization perspective, then that's when you can start looking at, all right, Mondays is upload days or
You get that
Wednesdays is
crisp
upload day.
quality in your screen recordings so that you can
Hold
zoom
up,
in
hold
on
up.
sections without it looking.
All right. Sorry, someone rudely interrupted us.
No worries. That's all the questions. Thanks, and really excited to be part of the inner circle.
Awesome, John. Smart decision, man. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. I think it was Kyra next. I could be wrong though, but go ahead.
No, no, you're right. How are you, bro? Good?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How about you?
Good, bro. I got some crazy inspiration. I look on Instagram as for inspiration, but now I look on Facebook and it gave me more like more creative inspiration. So I saw a GTA ad and I thought, I'm like, fuck it, let's recreate that. I was sharing my screen with.
I love it. I know that's something I'm having a lot of fun with right now is I'm doing a lot of metaphors right now. They've been
Like
really
this is
fun.
what I create.
I love that. That's awesome.
And I
Y'all
thought,
try to
fuck
taste
it,
it.
test it.
Yeah, I mean it's not like you're using any GTA like it's not like you're using anything from GTA where you get like a copyright.
No,
So
no.
I love this. Yeah, I would create a few different versions of this.
Yeah, I did
I
it.
would also try something where it's like
I saw this one.
that's good as is. I love that. What I would also look at next is can we do anything on the headline to make it GTA themed? Some type of like big iconic moments of GTA, and then how do we kind of make a metaphor with those moments
Mm,
to our
mhm.
headline itself?
And I also created, the guy with that you gave me an inspiration last Friday. So I created, I offer out of this. I thought, fuck it.
Oh yeah, I got hit with one of your ads.
Oh shit. It's rocking then. I mean,
Upper $500 rolls less than $40. Less than $40, 60% off. You see, I wouldn't even highlight $60, 60% off. Because like all you're doing is like you're already making the comparison between a high end roll and
yeah,
a
true.
small roll. So I would just go straight and saying like I would remove the 60% off.
And then I had my winner of like my this sale got juiced up and I thought like okay let's give it a new watch and let's do a different headline like final 24 hours save 6% off on the Vault 1 case and sometimes today but we're not telling when.
Something else you should try is um like with VO3, because I know you've been having fun with VO3 or making the animated stuff, is
Yeah.
what are people doing to rush to the sale? Like
What do you mean by that?
make up some crazy scenarios of how people are like fighting to get to your website to hurry up and be like and get and make it to like before the sell ends
Oh, but as an image or as a video?
as a video.
Oh shit, that's a good one to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
mean I know
also,
they've done videos like that before. I've seen that like in ads
mhm,
before where it's like, yeah, there's only 24 hours left and then there's like people fighting to get to the website, which I mean, it's a website so it's not like it's a store, but people were like fighting to
yeah.
get to the store, be one of the first people online or something like that. Like Black Friday lines where people are like fighting over TVs and stuff. Like something like that to get to your website.
Mm. And also I created this with this is all AI, by the way, guys. So I'm really like playing with Fear 3.
Wow, that's really good.
Whose hand is that? Yeah.
That's the clip I filmed for you right there. That's my
Yeah. Bro, if this crush, you get a percentage of this ad, to be honest.
I would do a lot of crazy, since you're getting really deep into VO3 right now, I would just do like
Mhm.
the most craziest things of like the case getting rolled over, the case being like hit with a hammer. Like those are some basic level things, but like even some extremer scenarios, I'd really look at that.
The funny thing is, I already have like kind of footage of hitting the kid with a hammer, etc., or drilling, or
Get like Thor's hammer or like the Hulk or something stepping on it,
Ooh,
and then like the watch coming out perfectly fine.
yeah, that's a good one. I I think like I don't have like things with UGC normally, but with VO3 because you can switch things up in words immediately. It's so handy instead of send it out to the UGC, and the UGC or like the videographer don't get it and send me anything like, bro, what the fuck is this? And I think like AI is so crazy these days.
Yeah, and it's like you're working with a product that's not complex in design. Whereas like I don't know if Afshan, if she's in the call today, but I know like she has these slippers, I say slippers, these women's
Mhm.
flats that have very complex
Yeah.
designs on them. So it's like much more difficult for her to get a result out of like AI. Whereas you, it's like you don't have a complex design on the case. So it's pretty easy for like you to just put it in AI. Now,
Hmm.
that's also something else too. I don't know if you've explored yet for product development, is go create some really cool designs on the colors and stuff like that. Like
That's a good one.
for example, I know I bought some boxing gloves from a brand called Hayabusa.
Oh, bro,
Boxing.
amazing boxing gloves, bro. I have that also.
Yeah,
I was on. Yeah, bro.
Before
Crazy.
I upgraded to the current gloves I have now, but like if you look at like Hayabusa, like they don't really have many products they can sell because boxing's a pretty simple sport when it comes down to like product
Hmm.
selection and stuff. But they're constantly releasing new designs of gloves. Like they have all the Marvel gloves, they have like Iron Man,
Oh
Captain
shit.
America. Like they have all these gloves right here, and I feel like with
But is that not patented, to be honest?
that's when that's when you get a partnership with like Disney and stuff to be able to do this. I'm not
Mm.
saying you need to go do the exact same thing because yeah, if you go and put like Marvel stuff on it on the product you're selling,
Hmm.
yeah, you're gonna get pretty quickly shut down.
You know what's crazy? If I do like the American shield of the Captain America.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's a couple different things you could do, but go look at like your next round of product development of start testing different designs and not saying you have to do Marvel because again, you need that
Hmm.
partnership with Disney to be able to do that, but you can still just go experiment with other different designs as well. Um, and then that's also be pretty cool as well.
You know what it's like in the making right now? It's a hamburger case.
I like that.
Yeah. So in the case, you have like a green padding, that's the lettuce, and you have like a red padding in below, and that's like the tomato. And we have like a cleaning cloth, and that's like the cheese.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, have your
So
what you can do is you can send out a photo of the product you want to create, and have your audience vote on that via email. You could use Jotform or not Jotform, Google Forms, and a lot of people literally vote on which design they want. So that way, like
Mhm.
you're actually getting feedback from your audience and stuff before you go live with it.
Yeah, true.
So,
And also, one last question about like ads these days. Like I said, like yesterday, I scaled up with 15%,
nice.
and like when margins keep getting lower, is that normal though when I scale up?
Um, yes, and that's usually when we're trying to find like how do we get more creative, right, to reach more people. So, like with your product, I was thinking about this as well because we're working with another product right now where we're working with a product that's very solution aware. Like there's not really much problemware, unaware ads you can do for a product we're working with right.
Hmm.
So we're looking at how do we get more creative with the ads in the sense of like adding comedy to it, adding like more metaphors and stuff to it. So just really getting creative with that, but still operating within that solutionware market. And that's what I would like recommend for you, where it's like, all right, we can't really go too crazy beyond this. Like, there's only so much we could do from like a problem aware, unaware, but
Yeah,
solution aware, like people need a watch case. But can we get more creative in the ads itself? To where we make them funnier, for example. We start adding a little bit of comedy to it. So that way
yeah,
we start making our ads more shareable beyond just, oh, hey, this is a cool case.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and I'm gonna have some trainings for that on y'all for y'all soon. Just gonna help y'all out with that because that's what I've been diving into the last what I would say week or two. I think
Hmm.
the Halloween one, for example, I dropped in the chat yesterday, kind of like a mini training of how I create like
Hmm.
Halloween ads and stuff. I think that'd be a good route for y'all to start. Just
Oh,
explore.
when did you launch this?
It was yesterday. It wasn't really like a full video training. It was just me like dropping some sauce here. I'll go tag. I'll just kind of reshare it in the group real quick.
Mm.
Make
Nick,
it
how did you like this one? It's like a problem aware ad kind. I wanted to like this is the thing that I want to share on Canva, but I don't really how to make a fucking ad tutorial, bro. Never did that.
you have landing page inspiration, right? The landing page
Uh,
doc.
yeah, it's also in. No, I don't have that doc to be honest.
Okay, so watch. Let's see. Putting in Telegram right now. Halloween ads, and then how to. Oh, wait, I think it's build. Let's see. Okay, and then how to build landing pages. And I even talk about like how to do have a tutorial and stuff like that. I even give y'all uh a template y'all can use.
Mm, okay. Okay, thanks. Perfect, man. Thank
Here
you.
you go. I just put that on the Telegram and I just like reposted it in there so that way it pops up.
Yes. Perfect.
All right, awesome. Good stuff. All right, we'll go I think it was James, Luca, Lexi, then Stefan.
Yes,
Um
sir.
James, what you got today, man?
You, your conversation with Kara gave me a really good idea. I'm gonna make a full-on movie, and make a Halloween ad around that.
I
So
literally sent you the whole script yesterday. You just haven't
I
looked
know, I know. I was because like with the
at
script, I was like, shoot, because I need to figure out a time with my part-timer to see
Yeah,
because it requires multiple people. But I might just do like a movie on VO3.
yeah.
But quick question before I share. How many for a $1,200 daily budget, how many ads do you think I can have running? No upper limit or
I literally couldn't even tell you a number.
okay, cool.
As many
Well,
as it takes for you to scale.
okay, cool. Well, that with that in mind, I have like a couple hundred ads on here, but if so, the duration is since September 22nd, since that's when I had my major updates and I turned on all the past
Yeah.
ads, and then performance tanked. So I actually had to go back and turn some of them off yesterday, and today it's picking back up.
Nice.
But if you had to work on this account, and then this was my winner that tanked since I turned everything off, but today it's doing pretty well, so I'm just gonna let it run for a little bit. If you had to bring this up to a 1.6 ROAS, what are like should I continue turning off all of these ones that
Yeah,
are
I would just be cautious about turning a bunch off
yeah.
because me and you both know if we go turn a bunch of stuff off, what happens when we turn a bunch of stuff off is we make too much changes at once and we can throw performance off a lot. So
Mhm.
what I would be looking at right now is what's the absolute worst thing in this account right now. And then let's potentially look at turning that off within the next 24 hours. So like since today's doing good, like if, let's say for example today just ends amazing for you, then tomorrow don't do anything. Just let it ride. Um, Now, if tomorrow's like tanking really hard, I would kind of just go and look and see is there anything like abnormal about the account, but for the most part, just let it roll.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Um Even how about the ones with that are like getting spent like this, but then like not getting any purchases? Even these ones just kind of keep it running.
Yeah, so like what I'll do for these is I'll
Yeah,
look at like the last 30 days.
yeah.
And then the reason why I look at the last 30 days is just to see if it's like, all right, they spent like $400 with like no sales.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I think that's about it. I just had quick questions. Thanks for answering.
You're welcome. All right, Luca, you next.
How's it going, Nick?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Pretty well, pretty well. Yesterday crushed. Today is looking good as well.
Yeah, you just
Um,
had a huge win, huh? You
yeah,
had a major loss and a major win like right after.
that's right. That's right.
It's awesome, man.
Uh,
Is it still holding up today?
a bit lower today, but still good. Still good. We're at, I think, around, but I think spend is lower. So I just wanted to share the ad and see what you think, see how can we improve on that. I started working with trying to replace them with video and also some stock footage. I don't know if you've seen stock footage perform decent on ads.
Stock footage performs good when it doesn't look like stock footage. So, for example, I used to use what's called Shutterstock, and
Yeah.
almost every video clip looks stock. Like it's
Mhm.
the just I don't know. There's just a certain thing about stock footage that just like what the like that's just clearly it's like vanilla ice cream. It's just like there's no flavor to this. And then what I like now is called Grid Bank. Grid Bank is amazing because the cool thing about Grid Bank is that it allows you to it's stock footage, but it's filmed from an iPhone.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, so like I have GridBank. Let's see, let me log in real quick. And cool thing about GridBank as well is that y'all can log into it or y'all don't even need an account and y'all can search the database. So y'all can literally make sure it has content y'all need. And then from there you'll literally can just go in here and download the videos. And this whole website is specifically for ads. So a problem with websites like Shutterstock, for example, is that there's two different licenses. There's a personal use and a commercial use. And the commercial use is like 5 times the price as personal use. So if you got to run ads and you have to use the commercial to be legally protected in the ad. So what's cool about this is for my clear acne, my acne client that I'm running ads for, I come in here all the time and to just download videos of like girls in the mirror like this with like perfect skin and just take a screenshot of it. You have to download it, but I'll take a screenshot of it. And then that way now I have a video I can use in my account of someone that doesn't look AI and she has flawless skin and I have rights to that particular video now. Yeah, and then you get like 200 per quarter. So like the quarter's almost over, so it's about to be revamped for me. But yeah, so that's something I do. That's something I love. GridBank is pretty good, and I don't think the pricing is terrible. Let me just check real quick for y'all. Um, yeah, so I think I pay the 490 per quarter is what I pay. Or 790 per quarter. So 120 video downloads, premium content, boom. And then they also have this one, it's a little bit smaller right here. So still way cheaper than Shutterstock if y'all have used Shutterstock before. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good. Thanks for sharing. And I'm also sending my ad right now in the chat. Sec.
is this an ad you just made? Is this the winning ad?
This is the one that managed to get this huge win. The
Okay.
top performer now. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it because it's more of an underwear ad.
It is. Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've shared it again, but I just want to get your thoughts and your
To save
Hold on a second here. All right.
some paddle courts are better than others. To save cost, most owners skip the shock absorbing layer that
I would even some paddle courts are better than the others. I would like even go into the words of like this dirty little secret revealed about paddle courts
Mm,
that can make the difference between playing really good or losing every round. Kind of like the big win.
yeah, or like the secret that like hurts your knees or messes up your knees.
I wouldn't even go direct to it. I would
Okay.
play on the fact that you're going more unaware here.
some paddle
Okay.
courts are better than others. To save cost, most owners skip the shock absorbing layer.
Oh, players are furious. Paddle players are furious after this little discovery. Paddle players are furious with owners. Our players are furious with like paddle court owners after discovering this little secret. And it's like, what's the secret? The secret is the fact that some paddle owners cheap out on their courts and some don't. And this can impact your gameplay, causing bad knees, bad feet, all that.
Should be added when building a paddle court and are just turf on concrete. If you end up limping off the paddle court with pain such as burning heels, aching arches, knees so sore you skip the next match just to recover, you might want to listen. Because these concrete courts are wrecking your feet and joints with every explosive movement. And ignoring these warning signs, that's how you end up with plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, and surgery that sidelines you for months. That's why I swear by Boost paddle insoles, the only insoles specifically engineered for our sport. The shock-absorbing foam cushions every impact, while drugstore insoles flatten and send shock straight to your joints. They also have a contoured arch support that flexes with your foot and prevents that painful collapse that happens in long rallies. You have two choices. Play pain-free for hours, wake up ready for tomorrow's match, and keep dominating the sport you love. Or ignore this and watch from the sidelines while others enjoy the game that used to be yours. Click shop now to get yours.
Nice. I would also even, have you tried an advertorial for this as well?
No, just product page.
Yeah. Also on top of this, like literally just duplicate this ad set or this ad and then just write have an advertorial that's exactly the same script, but just go longer and more in depth.
All right.
That's
All
it.
right.
Yeah,
Conversion rate is
overall, it's a
crazy.
good video and it's a winning ad. So because it's a winning ad, like I can't really like criticize it too much. I think it's really good here. Obviously from a visual perspective, you can swap in new visuals and stuff. I do think there's some other angles here though of like playing on the kind of more of like just curiosity perspective of like players are furious with paddle owners, paddle court owners after discovering this this dark secret or this something secret. And then kind of going into are paddle court owners exposed. This could cost them tons of money. Paddle court owners refuse to pay huge fine after discovering like court built wrong. I don't know. I feel like some type of angle around that, leading into that, where it's like just grabbing a huge grasp of these paddle court players or paddle players, and then being able to go to the problem and then the solution there.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And yeah, I wanna switch every single clip that's not ours with the VO and the stock. I would look into the good bank as well, but stock footage and VO. So we don't have, because even in this video, there's a short clip of a guy who emailed us in the like way before because we had him in a clip of his in the hook. And somehow I didn't turn this off, which it turned into a winner, but there's still a clip of a guy who was angry at us, so we definitely need to change that. Um, but I don't know how to do this. Should I make a bunch of variations with uh own content and then just turn this off and hope that it's gonna work?
Yeah, I'd probably create like six to 10 of them
Yeah.
and let it rip. I mean, that's all I can tell you on that.
And take it off or hope that it's just gonna
Yeah,
just
how can we make the least AI looking replacement clips that we can?
okay. Should I force spend into them since they're
Yeah,
doing
you
it?
could if they don't spend it all, you could test launching them in a new campaign. And again, the only reason why is because we know this ad works, and the only reason why we have to turn this ad off is because of Rip's content. So because we know it works, and because we know that we have to turn off the ad, then it's like, yeah, like we could try a new campaign with it.
Okay.
Assuming it doesn't get any spin. Like I'd first launch in your original campaign.
Okay. And when I launch it, turn this off or leave this on, hope it just takes natural spend.
I mean, technically every day you leave this on, the only thing you risk is what? Someone copywriting it and getting it shut down.
Yeah.
So, in that case, it's like I'm not gonna say like tell you like exactly what to do because I know you're doing really well right now in profits. But yeah, like you have to look at the larger risk here. What happens if I don't turn this video off? Well, if I don't turn this video off, this guy could copyright it and potentially get the whole ad account shut down. And even like I would literally have to change my domain of my store, my name of my store, and like all that. Potentially. Best case, he never sees it. I run this ad forever and I never have to worry about it. So
Yeah.
are we willing to play that risk, and how much of that risk is like going to hurt us, right? And like we still technically could still get sued, even though no one's really going to probably sue you, but there's still that risk out there.
Okay. Okay. And I also have like two quick questions.
Yeah.
So first off, the first guy who was angry at us and I turned on off his ads, he was still messaging me saying, "Yo, but what you did was super illegal and I still want some money for it." And he was asking for money. Should I just ignore him? I just
I mean,
said, "Sorry."
how much money he wants?
Uh, so initially he wanted 500, 600 a month for 12 months. And I think now he just wants 600 maybe, or still the 6,000, like 6,000 in total.
Fuck that. I didn't even make $6,000 off your ad.
Yeah, exactly. You made a bunch of money. Should I just tell him, bro, we didn't, and goodbye?
Yeah, yeah. You could showcase that. You could be like, hey, I spent, if you really want to be fair with it, you could be like, here, I spent $1,000 or $2,000 on your ad. You can even screenshot his ad in the ad account and be like, I spent $2,000 on the ad. I'll pay you 10% of the ad spend $200 and call it a day.
Okay. I mean, he's from Europe. My company's in the States, so there's a small chance he's gonna do anything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because usually the way it works is like when you technically like sue someone and everything, they gotta pay a bunch of money for lawyer fees and stuff. So like it's still very real risk. It's still very like possibly of it happening and stuff. But like once they actually go through and like the lawyers like contact you and they go through the audit of everything, they're like, hey, there's just no money here, you know? Like this is not like it's different when like Nike does it because now it's like, hey, they're a probably $1 billion brand. So now they could sue them and actually make money off of it. Whereas like you know, no offense, but just like a kid drop shipping, it's like no real money to be made there.
Worst like possibility is the guy who copyrighted me because he's from the States. So and it's more content that I stole. Unfortunately, it didn't even like I wasn't even using it, but yeah, it was just yeah, back practice of not turning them off is
Yeah.
a lesson.
Is he
And
messaging you personally on like your IG?
no, no, no.
That's the brand.
Yeah.
I mean, look, one thing you could do is just like go start a whole new brand, whole new ad account and everything, and then just only use your own content and then just do what every other dropshipper does and delete everything.
That can work as well, I guess. I can try that. Okay, maybe I could delay him on saying like responding. I can respond like until the other one picks up the other account.
Like you could literally go ahead and just delete everything, delete the accounts to where it's like
Yeah, yeah.
so
And another
I
one.
think the big thing here is just you're learning a lesson now of what happens when you rip content.
I've never like maybe these people like actually think that they're really important in my ad because they aren't. I'm not sure what happened on this niche because I've ripped content before. Yeah, I've got messages, but like that was way worse ripping. This is a 2 second ad. I was ripping full ads and nobody came for me. And now I'm like I'm a better person in ripping content, but now they're coming for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Good lesson for everyone, but cool, man.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Lexi, your turn.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I just wanted to show you my campaign since merging everything into the one CBO.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks a lot better. Um, yeah. Can I just share my screen
Yeah,
and
go for it.
Okay, awesome. Because my question was around if it breaks CPA, if it breaks even.
Mm-hmm.
So this was yesterday. It's like I haven't added the 50 other ads yet because I wanted to do it. I wanted to talk to you first and do it on Monday just to have a clean like daily or weekly sync? Because I know you said like pick one day to upload. Do
Correct.
you,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, like you could upload everything Monday. I mean, it's been a few days now since you kind of put everything together, so like technically you could upload now. But yeah, no, this is good. Okay, so yesterday we hit our 1.49. What is our target again?
Um, so that was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about because when I for this AOV,
Mm,
like that was something that was confusing me with the calculators
mm,
that I was taking the last 30 days because that's how long I like new ad account. It's been 30 days. My AOV was 35 and the target there was $20 CPA. So it's not if from those numbers, obviously not here, but with this number, with this AOV, it's like I'm making 60 cents. Like I'm making a little bit. It's kind of break even.
okay.
And that's what I wanted to talk
So
to you.
yeah, so like you don't necessarily have to do last 30 days. You could do a
Okay.
shorter time period. Because like you're in a unique scenario. Because I know like 30 days ago you had like slightly different offers, slightly different bundles. So there's just like,
Yeah.
a lot of differences. But
Yeah.
since you've made these changes and stuff and you have a higher AOV, then it
Yeah.
would make sense to actually go back and like, all right, now let's actually look at what would the numbers be based off of this AOV? And that's perfectly fine. You don't have to do an exact 30 days.
Okay. Okay, cool. But with this, I guess, yeah, that goes to my next question is, okay, so I can do different time, a different timeline that makes sense. But with when the AOV changes every day, what do you make your North Star?
Well,
Yeah.
it changes every day, but you still have an average over 7 days.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying do the 7 day. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
okay, but then looking at it from yesterday, I know that this is break even or making like 60 cents overall. So to that is a trigger for 20% increase, right? Even if it's just a little bit.
So this is also where it's like, all right, for example, like if we model everything off of $52 AOV, and yesterday, like let's just say for example, we modeled everything off of $52 AOV and we set a KPI of hey, at $25 cost per purchase, we're going to scale the account. Then like
Mhm.
technically no, we wouldn't
Okay.
do anything. My KPI is what did we model out and what did we agree on as black and white
Okay.
scaled numbers or not. It's not necessarily, hey, I was profitable yesterday, I'm a scale. It's like, well, how profitable?
Yeah.
It's like we need clear numbers, and that's what
Okay.
that calculator's for. So you can
Okay.
model that out to see what looks like right for your business.
Okay.
Um,
That's helpful.
yeah, so like I would just let this campaign roll. I wouldn't worry about scaling right now,
Okay.
just so you can get a more like, okay, hey, like let's just say you run this like next Friday, for example. You have 7 days of data now of like an actual more clear, here's the AOV you're getting.
Yep.
And that's
Okay.
also assuming you don't do anything else to mess up with your AOV. Like, let's just say, for example, you go change the offer completely. Then it's like AOV is different again.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay, thank you. That makes a lot more sense. And then my next question was just in terms of like when to turn off an ad or kill an ad that has had too much spend and not it's not profitable. So the whole campaign is like this is the one ad that's getting all the spend. But there's one other, I'll just show you last 7 days.
Yeah, let's take a little bit longer of a time frame.
This was the other one that has one purchase, obviously like not profitable right now. I know in the yeah.
Let's clear this up a little bit. So
Okay.
let's let me see something real quick. Can
Mhm.
you exit out that thing at the top where it says like start verification?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can try to make this little your window a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's
And
good.
then if you can drag up, I think I don't know what line it is. I think it's the line like right under amount spent. The bar like right under amount spent. There's like the line right there. I don't know if you can drag that up.
I know I was looking at it too. I don't know why it looks. Let's see.
We have to get you a bigger monitor there,
I
Lexi.
know.
But click on amount spent for me,
Okay.
and then scroll up a little bit so we can see all the way at the top. Okay.
Mm.
So like in this particular scenario right here, we have Zach Skellen PSA. That looks like it's getting majority of spin. Scroll over a little bit to the left. So like this is a real, oh, this is amazing. I love looking at this now. So Zach Sculling PSA doing really good right now. It's $352 a spin. It's a 1.2x ROAS. And then you did a very good job by turning off the ads below it, like September 22nd, September 18th, Kel number one. Because like these particular ads right here have a way worse cost per purchase of Zach Skell and PSA.
Yeah.
So this is good here. This looks good. Now, obviously, I know the last 2 weeks, in the last 2 weeks, I kind of transitioned now to like just leaving ads on. That's also something I'm still testing right now, but so far, everyone who's tested it, it's doing good. So like under that, I would be like, just leave everything on. You don't have to turn on anything here. But based off prior 2 weeks ago, this is the correct methodology of looking at it of like, okay, hey, Zach Skellin's your number one spending ad. It may not be hitting the ROAS target you want, but now your new goal is to find an ad that will outspend it with a better cost per purchase. And then now you can turn off the Zach Skelling because you found a new winning ad that's taking overall spend.
Okay.
And then that goes to where, okay, we have our next round of creatives that we're going to be launching. Look, to be fair, I think you're perfectly fine with launching them today.
Okay.
But you're also welcome to wait till Monday if you want.
Okay. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I think that was my other question is like maybe it was a limiting belief of if I upload 50, then it will overwhelm everything. But it seems like right? It'll just
I used to have a limiting belief of like, hey, you can only do like 6 creatives a week and stuff like that. And then I've challenged that particular belief this year, and I've just have not been able to find one like scientific proof of, okay, if I upload this many creatives, it's going to break things, but if I upload this many, it's going to be just perfect. And I've seen people with like a $50 a day budget test 50 new creatives every single day and still been able to scale.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I would say you're perfectly fine.
Okay, awesome. I'll do that. My last question is just this one, because I turned this one off, but this September 18th one that spent $50 and sold one book. My question is, in the doc that you shared, you said like if it spends 1 times the AOV that you're aiming for, you should kill it. Is that right?
That is correct, but only if it's a lower spending ad than our like top spending ad. So, yeah.
Okay. But so yes, because this one is taking the spend, I should turn this one off.
Correct. And then did that ad run for at least like 2-3 days before you turned it off?
Sorry, say that again. You
Did
said
that ad run for like at least 2 or 3 days before you turned it off?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine. You good?
Okay. Awesome. And so when you're you want to at least have it for 3.
So it takes 72 hours for an ad to optimize.
Okay.
So there's been times where like we launch an ad, it'll start getting a lot of spin with bad performance, but we'll leave it on for another day, and then all of a sudden it'll start really start optimizing better. So I don't want to be too quick sometimes to turn ads off.
Yeah.
But like in this case, if it's been running for a few days and barely spin anything, like a winning ad takes 72 hours to rise to the top. So like it would have beat the Zach Skelling PSA before that.
Okay, cool. And I like that. So if it's spending less than the one that is spending more, like that's another trigger as well to turn it off. So more spend goes to the winning.
Assuming it's worse performance than the top.
Yeah.
We'll have ads that'll spend less, but a much better cost per purchase. And what'll happen is a lot of people will think, oh, well, hey, I need to turn my top spender off, so more spin will go to this. But in reality is this is just a lower funnel ad as more of a retargeting ad.
Yeah.
When you turn off the top one, everything below it goes to shit.
So you want it, even if it's spending lower but has a lower CPA, definitely let that run.
And that's when we start looking at frequency next.
Okay.
So frequency would just be how many people we're reaching on a week-to-week basis. And usually our higher funnel ads are going to have really, really low frequency on a 7-day period. And then our lower funnel ads are going to have a much higher frequency on a 7-day period because they're appealing to a very small demographic of people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, that's all I had. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Good stuff, Lexi.
Bye.
All right. Stefan, you're next.
Yo, what's up, bro? How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. How are you?
Amazing. I'm doing good as well. So yeah, I have a quick question, and then if you can just review my new advertorial.
Sweet. Sounds good.
So yeah, basically I was thinking about it today, and do you think that like a part of my high CPCs and CPMs is the fact that I am first one to test destination meta? So do you think that Meta is giving me higher CPMs because they are kind of
No,
looking for people who
not
are
at
gonna
all.
buy?
Not at all.
Okay, perfect.
No.
Amazing.
What I
All
would say
right,
is,
so
what I would say is
mhm.
right now, your research is being challenged because you are going after what I would say like a level one market. So you're experimenting with the idea of does this market exist right now? And is this a big enough problem that people actually care about?
Got it. Got it. Amazing. So let me send you my advertorial real quick. You
Yeah,
can let me
up on the
know.
side. Cool. You want me to, this is what you want me to review today?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can just make this smaller. There we go. Okay. Um, oh, something interesting too, for those testing advertorials, if you're using the template I gave y'all, um, something that I'm finding is that more advertorials are winning that do not have this update thing and do not have the immediate get 50% off because this literally the whole point of an advertorial is that it looks like it looks like an organic piece of like a just organic news article. And if we're already showing reviews, if we're already showing like the product update, last chance to get 50% off, and boom, like it's just immediately been like, wait, I thought I clicked on a fucking news article. So it's just something right there that I would keep in mind. If those who are testing advertorials, I've definitely tested as well. All right, vet's warning: poop eating could be the first sign of a deadly infection and a $3,000 vet bill. Cool. I think that was one of the ones that we made.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
This 3 minute that shit behind gut eating, poop eating, and the 21-day fix this. Okay, another thing, like remove the ChatGPT little dashes right there. It just immediately makes people be like, oh, it's just ChatGPT.
Got it.
All right, so here's what I would try. Vet's warning: poop eating could be the first sign of this deadly gut infection. Remove the and $3,000 vet bill. It just feels kind of weird now that I'm looking at it. Just remove that and then leave this perfectly. This the 3 minute read exposes the deadly gut issue behind poop eating and the 21-day fix that could save you thousands in vet bills. Even your dog's life. I love this part down here. This is good. Just remove and a $3,000 vet bill and put first sign of this deadly gut infection. Okay, cool. Yeah,
It's not like actually the media and some text is a bit different on desktop and mobile view because we didn't yet finish it on mobile.
Oh, okay. Well,
so the media is not edited at all on mobile view.
got it. All right. Well, I'll do like this. Hold up. Let's see. Okay. All right. How come? Yeah. So like all of this stuff, remove that shit. All right. Written by Miss. Okay. Cool. Not terribly uncompliant here because we're not saying Dr. Sarah Klein. We're just saying Miss Sarah Klein. And she just so happens to be in scrubs, but she could be scrubs for anything. Your dog's poop eating habit might feel harmless at first, but beneath the surface, something far more serious is forcing them to do it. And for the owners who miss this message, the price they could pay be much higher than just an expensive vet bill or frustration. Let me explain how it works. Okay. So I would look at, again, we're going to go into a gut infection first. The silent gut system controlling your dog's behavior. The silent gut infection controlling your dog's behavior. I don't care why. This doesn't make any sense. The silent gut system. So
Yeah, makes way more sense.
yeah, dogs are an cannot speak today. Dogs are instinct animals wired for survival, and their gut is where over 7% of their immune system lives and where most of their brain signals come from. This is why experts call it a dog's second brain. It's everything from energy, emotions, blah, blah. Okay, I thought we were talking about, I would probably go into the infection at first. Like, what is the infection? This new infection started when, I don't know, 2015, 2002. When was the first sign of this infection? And over the last 10 years, this infection has just been silently creeping up on dog owners. And once it gets bad enough, uh, you can then explain kind of like the connection between the gut and the brain. I do like this. I just think you're jumping way too soon in it because we're kind of going into gut infection first. Like I'd make the seriousness of this gut infection first, and then how it's secretly controlling your dog, and then basically how do we know it's controlling my dog is your dog's eating its own poop. Maybe it's not
Yeah,
the
I kind of didn't really explain the infection anywhere.
yeah.
I was just
So
talking about the parasites.
I would be like, your dog has this deadly infection or this silent infection, and your dog is secretly searching for not poop, it's searching for these, I think it's what, nutrients that they're missing out on.
Yeah, yeah.
And then where are these nutrients mostly like compacted together? Or like what is a nutrient source for this or a nutrient rich source? It just so happens to be dog poop. Why? And then what's the why for that? And then that's why they eat their dog poop. Okay, now they understand, and then that they have this infection, their dog does this and everything like that. What happens if I don't treat this infection? What's like a story you can tell? So like right here, it looks like you already told a story right here. Then after you tell that story, so how do you actually get this to stop? So what's the real solution? There we go. Sprays, choose behavior training, and enlist the problem. Most solutions ignore the root cause, they mask the behavior. Um, I don't. I'm fine with masking behavior and stuff, and the root cause and stuff like that. But it's like other solutions don't actually go into like how does your product work? Like how does it deliver the results?
It basically gives them all the nutrients, so they don't have the deficiency anymore.
And how does it deliver them the nutrients versus sprays, chews, and behavior training?
Yeah, so basically those methods I mentioned, those things are made to make like the poop either taste worse or to somehow like um, make the dog not want to eat poop because it's like bad or something. But a product I'm selling should um, not give the dog any reason to eat poop at the end of the day.
Got it.
Like dog doesn't want to eat poop.
Another thing I'd really look at right here is that we kind of bring up the idea about starving the dog of nutrients. So they mask the behavior without addressing what's really going inside your dog's body, further continuing to starve them of vital nutrients they need to live a happy, healthy life. And finally, after all these years of clinical research and helping thousands of dogs, I can confidently say I cracked the code. So you just kind of like can really kind of amping up the emotion right there. I would literally showcase some type of diagram where it's like the drops are given and then it's going into like the dog's bloodstream and giving them the nutrients they need. And it could literally be a chart, like even a static creative or a static graphic. It doesn't even have to actually be like something specific, but just like something like a little static ad or even like an animation. You might be able to get like VO3.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean the rest looks good. The rest is fine. But I'd say yeah, the main things.
Yeah, the rest is basically about like the product and building up the price and everything.
Cool. Yeah, rest is fine. Um, and then yeah, like I said, just remove this big button that like stays stuck on the screen. And
Yeah.
remove like this up here and like this right here and these ratings to make it seem more like a regular article that someone's reading. So
Yeah, would you have that sticky button removed completely, or when we start talking about a product, then show it?
you could show it when you start talking to the product after like a paragraph or two of talking about the product.
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All
Cool.
right. Amazing, bro. Thank you. Thank you so
Welcome, buddy.
much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
All right, let's see. I didn't see Jen or Arjun. Which one of y'all went first? Raise your hands.
I think it was me, but I'm Jen.
Correct. I'm last.
All right, cool. Let's go with that.
Hey, Nick, thank you. So, first question that I'd like to start with is I think, after we spoke last time, increasing the creative diversity, that's helped significantly. I think
Yeah, let's go.
the problem now, though, is on the site. And so, my question is, this is digitally generated. Also, almost all of the product content is digitally generated on our site, and then we have our UGC content that's below. I think the problem is because this is obviously a beauty product, people want to see how it actually looks like on the hand. And here's a little bit of a worst case of it where it's a little bit more exasperated. So I do have real product content, and I can edit out the cuticles to make them look better and blah, blah, blah. But I do think there is some sort of coherent synthesis between the digitally generated content and the real content that would really bang on the site, showing it in both instances. But I don't know how to execute on that. Do you have any thoughts on how this could coherently be integrated together? Is it as simple as just literally adding the real content here? Is there a sequence to
Yeah,
it?
I think it'd just be keeping it simple. Like literally, like you have these photos as is, and then you also have two more photos that says real customer photos.
Got it. Okay, so it'd be like these two photos, and then it would say real customer. So it'd be like then this photo, and it would say like real customer photo.
Yeah, you could literally put like a little banner at the top, like real customer photo, you know?
Got it. Okay. My second question on that is, in the instance where I don't have like a clean real customer photo, it's like showing her face in some capacity. Um, is that like appropriate for a product photo? Because I don't know, like I've never.
For me, this is literally my only question. Does it highlight the product in a way that would allow people to see it and be like, wow, I want that? So
Okay.
there's nothing wrong at all with her face being shown. Now, if it was like literally just a picture of her face and like the nails are like this in the corner, like obviously that's a problem. But like this is the main focus, is the product right here. People can clearly see it. Um, I prefer the one on the left. The one on the right almost looks like you Photoshop the hand in. I don't know, it looks weird.
Got it. Okay.
The way it's kind of set up, but I really like the one on the left. The one on the left looks good.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. That's very helpful. My next question is in terms of landing pages. We have discussed that my competitive edge for the brand is designs and luxury component. What landing page would work best for this?
To be honest, product page.
Okay. There's no like collection launch page or release page or advertorial type of page in
Like
context of the collection release.
advertorial will be way too much because you got to think about it. Like, okay, listicle and advertorial, like a listicle is made to highlight the main reasons why people love a certain product. Then advertorial is more for like really long, like taking people through long, well thought sales processes. We got to keep in mind, what are we selling here? A design. Do they already use the product? They probably already tested and used multiple other like nails itself. So like we don't really need like a well thought out page and explain what are these types of nails and stuff like that. So for me, it's just like, here's the design, buy it now. It's the same as if I'm selling like clothing. Clothing for like, let's say for Jin's brand, where Jin's only selling designs. Like I've seen landing pages be worse for those because it's like it just adds more complexity in the sales process when it's just like I already know how a shirt works and stuff. Just show me the design, I like it, I buy. And that's how your brand's operating. Now, if you were going after someone who still uses the nail salon and never tried glue on nails at home, then there may be a little bit longer of a sales process where a little bit of that education would actually help with a landing page. Now, with that being said, if you wanted to try something, I would say a listicle, and I would just do a listicle landing page with like the main differences of your nails compared to everyone else's nails. You could say designs, you could say like any type of special nail you use versus like other people's nails they use. The glue on your nails, which I think they use their own glue, right? Or is it okay?
I have
So
my own glue. No, it comes with a glue. We have our own branded glue that comes in
oh,
each package.
awesome. Each pack comes with its own glue. Here's why our glue's amazing. Like this is literally a point where you can brag a little bit about your product based off things people actually care about when it comes down to these types of nails and stuff. And then you literally just to be like 5 reasons why girls are going crazy over Brat Noor. You could also do another one, 5 reasons why Brat Noor like sells out, or 5 reasons why women are chasing after this brand that sells out all the time. I've seen a few different ones like that, but I would just literally say like 5 reasons why girls love Brat Noor nails.
Perfect. Okay, just taking some notes. My last question is, how do I find the maximum price that my customer is willing to pay, that my customer is willing to pay for my product? Like, how do you naturally discover that over the course of launching your brand?
Go to Shopify, go to your product, change the price, see if people buy.
Okay.
It's the only way. I've seen people try to do like very extensive research and stuff like that around it. And like you just never know until you actually go try it. We just did this test with a client right now where they're selling a product for $49.99 and then they tried $45.99 versus $59.99. So two different price points, one lower, one higher, and the $59.99 is working way better. And it just increased our margin by 10 extra dollars per order. And literally, it was just going on the website, changing the price, and seeing how it impacts sales.
So once I get the ads to a break-even point, then I can start playing around with the price. And do I just set that price for a week and then see how the ads perform and then set a new
Yeah, a
price for
week
a week,
is
or
the
is it like I'm
best.
split testing it?
A week is the best, especially too, depending on the volume you get. Like, for example, you're still spending a little lower amount because you're still like in that testing phase. Whereas if I'm going to a client right now that's spending $10,000 a day and they get 100 orders a day, I could literally find out within a day if it works. But when you're spending lower amounts, I always say 3 to 7 days. It gives you a little bit more data right there.
Okay, and then final question: do you have any thoughts on split testing your entire website? So my Shopify developer like can basically set it so that half of the audience will go to a certain site and then another half will go to another. Do you recommend that in any capacity? And essentially every variable can be changed on the site.
Um, I think this is where we're going a little too deep into it.
Okay.
I'd be looking at what are the more obvious things, right? Like theme color. So you had that green theme color. I wasn't a fan of it too much, to be fair.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and just the green clashing with the orange. I don't know if that was just because it was your Halloween collection or something
That's the
like that.
Halloween page,
I
yeah.
personally wasn't a big fan of it. I like the simplistic, just white with the black. I think that looks really good on your site. I think it's on brand and everything like that. But I would look at like the very, very obvious things, product photos, ease of accessibility and stuff, the theme color. Those are gonna be the main things for you. Now, like if you're selling like a complex product where I was like, a medical device, then it's like a lot more can go to like the copy and stuff like that. But yeah, I think for me, like for your focus, it's keeping it simple. Um, And I would say like I'd rather you instead of paying a developer, I would rather you go spend that money on just getting better product photos. That way you don't have to just have AI generated product photos.
Understood. Okay. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, man. All right, Jen, go ahead.
Hey Nick, I think this is pretty straightforward.
Love
Just
straightforward questions.
yeah. So when it comes, I'm not sharing what I meant to share. Am I sharing? Da-da-da-da-da.
No, you're not
When
sharing.
uh, do you see this?
Yes, not
Okay, okay. So when it comes to turning off ads, basically, is it 3 or 7 days? So if I'm looking at my bottom campaign, if I look at it
Let
and
me ask you this first, Jen. Let's look at this campaign first. Let's go back to the
okay,
campaign level.
yep.
We're doing a 4.91 ROAS in this campaign. What's our target?
Okay, I missed the last thing you said.
What's the target on this campaign?
I will say 4.
Okay, so why are we touching this campaign at all?
Okay.
Like,
So,
that's my psychology. If it's working, I'm not turning shit off, especially too when you're well above your target. Like, if your target was a 4 and you had like a 3.9, 3.8 last 7 days, I'd be like, okay, we can go tweak in there. But like, you're 4.91, you're almost a whole ROAS point above your target. Technically, it'd be 20% above your target right now. So let's just not touch anything because the more we go touch, the more we risk fucking it up. And then we start
o-
playing that game of I turned this ad off this day, performance went down, then it picked back up, and then then it went back down, then it turned this ad off, and then you start playing that crazy game. But
okay.
yeah, and look, you still even the last 3 days. I like looking at 7 days. 7 days is more realistic. Um, Hypothetically speaking here, Jen, let's just say yesterday you launched a new ad and last 7 days you've been doing like a 4.9. Let's say yesterday you launched a new ad and then today you're at like a 0.5, like something crazy, and that new ad's taking overall spin. I'd be like,
Yeah.
obviously go turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I needed. So, thank you.
Yeah, Jen has a really good CPA and everything because Jen spends a lot of time understanding her customers and she's consistently product testing and she just really knows her audience very well. So that's how she gets her CPA so low. Trust me, she wasn't like this in the beginning, but after a lot more focus and everything like that on like which her levers of control are, create a significant impact for her business. Okay,
And
cool.
I would just add, for years, I've been here a long time.
Yeah, Jen's about to make a year or 2 years in January.
I know it's been a minute. I didn't know how long, but yeah.
Nice.
Just
Yeah, she's crushing it. All right. I think it's Jazz.
Me.
Whoever's JAS. You got a question?
Yeah, it's me, Nick. Yes, as Principal Singh.
Wait,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
It's
I can hear you
Principal
perfect.
Singh. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
Yeah. So Nick, I have just, I think you know I just wanted to make sure that you know my product. I only have one question: is that how do I make sure this my product? Like, what is the best way to market my product right now? Can I run the VSLs, or it should be video ads and image ads? Because I ran image ads and I'm getting good results, but I was thinking to switch to video ads or VSLs.
So you've only ever ran image ads?
I did some UGC ads as well, but those were ripoffs, not mine, honestly.
Yeah, so
Uh,
do you have any winning ads right now?
yeah, and most of them are image ads.
Image? So a couple things.
Yeah.
Take your image ad. Are you running like image ads with long primary text?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think you know I think I need to tell you my product, the one I got, the red light therapy one. So that's the product.
Got it. Yeah, so what I would be looking at here is just basically taking like your winning image ads, turning those into like videos and stuff. So, let me see real quick. I'll put in the group chat right now. Have you watched the variations training?
Yes, yes, yes.
Where like
Actually, I watched the one you did for us, the active marketers one.
got it. Okay. So what I would be looking at right here is the one I did in the inner circle, the variations with all the let's see, hold up, that's video ads. Let me see right there. All right, cool. So here, I'll just put this back in the Telegram real quick. Um, variations and iterations where I show y'all like 7 different ways of making ads. Once you already have like a winning messaging, how to actually like break that apart against a couple other videos and photos and stuff. So what I would be looking at here, if I've only ever done photos, I would try some like video variations of your image ads right now.
Okay.
So that's all I would do.
Because the thing is, I'm a little confused in a sense that how would I actually know that if my video ads or photo ads is the one I should focus, or you test variations, photo ads, video ads, VSLs, and everything?
So I do variations of photo ads as well. But what I would be looking at if I'm only ever been doing photo, let's try some video. Because usually for me, it's like don't get me wrong, like you can go like super deep into video and say specifically VSLs and stuff. But like what I like to look at is what haven't we tested yet? Like big swings. If we've only ever done photo, can we try video? Now, video, you open up a whole world of do you want to do like AI voiceover with B-roll, which I personally do like majority of the time. Um, like
Which
technically
one you use yourself? Yourself? Which one you
AI
have got?
AI B-roll with or AI voiceover with B-roll. That's always my favorite to test stuff. And then it's like a VSL for me, it's like it's literally exactly the same thing. Just a VSL would technically just be a little longer. That's it. And then
How much in length you do for the video ads? 1 minute, 2 minute?
as much as I need to explain the topic I'm going for. I mean, if I'm opening up an unaware market, it'll be a minute to 2 minutes, sometimes even 3, 4 minutes, depending on how like the market is.
Nick, I did my research. For me, my unaware market is like 40% of them. 30 to 20% is in solution and product aware, because like for red light therapy, most of my people are in product aware and solution aware product. Like for my market research, which I have done.
Yeah. And the cool thing about like red light therapy is there's a lot of red light therapy that's been popped up over the years. So depending on like your device, um,
I think
you showed
shown
it to
you
me
last.
once. Yeah, it kind of goes around the stomach.
Okay, it was a belt. I remember a
Yeah.
red light therapy belt.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's like a belt that goes around the stomach.
Yeah. That one.
So what I would be looking at here is can we just highlight, hey, traditional red light therapy of like the big machines or like the mats and stuff like that. Now it's a belt. So just the new mechanism is just of like how it's smaller, more portable, easier to go around and stuff like that. That's gonna be more of like your solution aware market for people that are like actually like interested in like red light therapy and stuff. And then you'll have yeah, obviously your problem where you're unaware market and stuff. But yeah, that's what I would be looking at right there. And then as far as like your unaware market, VSLs would do really well for that, 2, 3 minutes long.
Would you recommend me like someone who is just into this product to do unaware? Because I was thinking to it last. I was thinking to focus on most on my solution and product aware for now.
Yeah, I mean, I would follow that page that I sent y'all.
Oh, yeah. The one training you send me, Blizz one.
Yeah, yeah. That way, once you find that unaware angle, you already have all the angles below it to where they'll convert all that traffic that you start building from unaware.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. And
That makes
also, any last recommendation for doing listicle or advertorial or a direct product page?
I mean, what specifically do you want to know about it? You saw
So
all
I was saying, yeah, I was thinking like to do advertorial or listicle. You think it's good idea to just focus on product page is okay
what
in
I like
starting?
to do. What I like to do is I like to find an ad and an angle that works first. and then be able to go and start testing various advertorials and listicles around that angle.
Around that avatar. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, like
It takes a lot longer. It takes a lot longer to fire up an advertorial listicle versus just launching the ads and then go back then and like, all right, now I can start creating some pages as well once we found something that works. From
Okay, okay. So you're saying focus right now on finding a persona which works for me, like angle, and then at the last I should really test the variations, right? Thank you.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. That was the only question. Thank you.
Sweet. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Nick, for helping for everything.
You're welcome, man. Happy to help you out. Let's see. Is that your other account, Mr. Singh? Let's see. What's Zoom? Whatever your Zoom name is, Mr. Singh.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so Nick, I have a question here for you. First of all, good afternoon. And so my question here to you is, basically what I do is, I launch like 5 to 10, ads in my one ad set, and then in another one I put like 5 to 10. And sometimes, same ad goes to the advertorial, same ad goes to the PDP, and same ad get like 5, 6 clicks, and like at 5 to 7% CTR. And my question here is, that how many ads should I put into an ad set? And like, I mean, should I be running a CBO to run, I mean, to test those ones, or should I be only focusing on DCTs?
I mean, that's like two complete different things right there. So like
Yeah.
for me, I do CVO and then like I'll launch a new ad set when I have like I do one ad set per concept. But like to be fair, there's no difference right now with filling up an ad set with creatives or doing like a certain number of creatives per ad set. Like it doesn't make any difference as long as you're doing a CBO because then it gives freedom to spend on like CBO gives Facebook the freedom to spin on whatever ad that works. So like an ad's going to rise to the top, whether you do one ad set per concept with three creatives, or if you do like one ad set, fill that up, and then move to the next ad set and fill that up. It's not going to make any difference. So I know we started to test started to test the filling up of ad sets, and again, it's not making any difference at all. So.
But I mean, we want to make sure that they get the enough spend, the amount, right? We don't want to fill it up with like a bunch of ads. Like, how many do you fill? Like 5 or 10? Like, I go with the 10.
I put 3 creatives per ad set, and in each ad set's per concept that I'm doing. So, and a concept for me is just a headline. So the headline creates the photo or video that I'm going to create 3 creatives for.
Okay, and how many ad sets do you go for while testing?
I really don't have a number. I mean, it's for me, it's like how many, like in the beginning stages of launching a product, I'll just launch one ad set with 10 to 12 angles or anywhere from 6 to 12 angles that I find from research. If I'm doing more like product testing, if I'm like working with a product for a long term, there'll be some weeks I launch 12 ad sets with 3 creatives in each. There'll be some weeks where like I launch nothing. Like for example, one of our clients, we didn't launch any creatives the last 3 weeks. And then today I'm launching 90 creatives because like literally just a bunch of stuff got in production and just took forever for it to like my team to finish it. So like we're just launching it all at once today. So, there's not like necessarily a set number. It's more of what are we building that's of quality and what are we getting from research of the key angles that we want to test and what are the ones that we're testing that are actually like make sense to test. And we're not just going rip a ton of TikToks online and just throwing things in the account and hoping something sticks with no like genuine intention and thought behind what we're creating.
No, yeah, true. No, I mean, I don't use ripped content at all. It's always my, personal research and, what I see others are running, and then I make the concept. But it's good though. And then are those like ABUs or like they all go into the CBUs, those angles
All
that
CBO.
you are?
I don't do any ABO at all.
Okay. So all if like $100 CBU and then whatever is working and the ad account will let you know in like few days, right?
Yep.
Like 4 to 7 days max.
Yeah, I like 7 days. Like for example, We just did a product test for a client. I launched the test last Saturday at $100 a day with I think it was like 10 or 12 creatives we put in that campaign, that CBO campaign. And the first 3 days we didn't get a single sale. So we spent $300 with no sales.
How about add to carts?
I don't remember the added carts. We were getting add to carts, but I don't make any decisions off added
No, I
carts.
mean that's the it's that shows that there is the attraction, right? So you don't turn off it, and you are
Yeah.
like, let's see.
Yeah, like I literally look at the performance and clicks columns in ads manager. So like I don't even have like ads carts or anything like that set up. So the first 3 days we didn't get a single sale, so I was $300 with nothing. And then literally Wednesday we started getting a flow of sales in. Yesterday we got a flow of sales in, and then today we don't have any sales yet. But like, I'm keeping looking at the long term. Cost per click was a little higher of like $5. So like my first bottleneck I'm noticing is that the conversion rate is perfectly fine on the site, but the cost per click is a little high. So we're gonna go and reevaluate the messaging that we use for the initial launch, and then we'll go build out some new ads based off our hypothesis of reviewing those creatives that already went live.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, thank you for answering the questions.
You're welcome, man. Hope it helps you out.
Sure.
All right, Fab, I'll let you go next, and then if no one has any other questions, then Luca, you can go next since you already went.
Hey guys, Nick.
Hello, buddy.
My question is about legality, basically. I don't know if you can check the message I sent on Telegram.
Let's see. Is it in the group chat?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I don't understand what I can. It's not my brand. It's something I found on the Facebook library, and I don't understand like what I can say and what I cannot.
So wait, what's the question here about this?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
this is
doesn't exist.
this is a
They're promoting
creative.
stuff.
This is a
Sorry.
creative from another brand,
Yeah.
and you found this through research, or you found
Yeah,
this?
yeah, I'm doing research, like general research, and I mean, I my product is not correlated with this, but I'm only asking like what I can say, what I cannot, because they're pretty aggressive. Like they mention like dementia, and it's treatable, like, and it's not. So I was asking ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Uh,
dementia is not treatable.
No, it's not like
Yeah.
so this is a fake claim. They can use it. They can be like sued. Like what can happen? Like
Yeah, so like in this particular situation right here, if like I said, like Facebook doesn't evaluate the claims to the level of which a lawyer will. So like Facebook will just do a light scan over and just look for like clearly obvious fake things. And then like some things will still slide by, Like Ty Lopez is a great example. Ty Lopez is getting sued for what, $114 million right now? And he ran ads to get people to invest in this fund. There's been plenty of people that ran Amazon automation schemes as well. All of that, which is illegal or illegal under the FTC. And Facebook didn't do a single thing about it because there was nothing like uncompliant on the Facebook like advertising policy side. So there's two complete different policies right here you have to look at. You have the Facebook ads policy, which is like very low compared to the FTC. The FTC, if you get sued by the FTC, I mean they take everything very, very thorough, like deep research and auditing of your brand when you're getting sued by the FTC. So the biggest thing here with the FTC, like just simplify the whole thing is, does the average consumer get this benefit? So like, for example, in your this ad right here of like dogs dementia being cured, does the average
treat.
consumer get that benefit?
Okay, I mean the Western is like they say actually can in dementia and it's treatable. Like it's different in my mind. Like can be cured and can be treatable. Like
So yeah,
when
like,
they attack you, like that is the question.
and
Like
that's the thing. When the
uh,
FTC goes after you, it's those little differences of how you say something. Hey, like for example, this reduces reduces the effects of chronic knee pain. Reduces. Reduce can't be measured, right? As long as you're doing like 0.0001% impact in the problem, you're fine. Whereas like this stops chronic knee pain. That's in like basically like making it to people where it's like it's going from black to white, from 100 to 0. So if everyone still has chronic knee pain and you're promoting that this stops chronic knee pain, you can get sued by the FTC. But like if this just reduces the effects of chronic knee pain, then as long as people have felt some relief of chronic knee pain, it's still there, but it's just some relief, you're fine.
Okay. Okay. So what you think like the FTC would think about the this sentence like that we're talking about?
In this sense right here, where it's saying it cures
No,
dementia,
he said treat.
it treats dementia. I
Yeah.
would say that's one of those things right there where it's like I would go the safe way to say is it reduces the effects of dementia, or it helps reduce the effects of dementia, but it doesn't stop it completely. That's the safe way to say it. But saying it's treatable in the mind of people is like this is going to fix it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, usually anytime it's like anytime you feel like you're in the gray area or like in the black area, likely you are. So that's when you
Yeah,
start like
yeah.
take a step back. But yeah, the average thing is because like let's say for example, like if you get sued by the FTC, what's gonna happen here? Like y'all can all go check out like the Bull, for example. The Bull, he got crazy name by the way. He got sued by the FTC and stuff. And like I went through a lot of these FTC like transcripts and stuff just because I'm curious to see like how these court cases go and everything. And the biggest thing is that when the FTC sues you, they go and they audit all of your customers. So they don't audit the general public, they audit your customers. And what'll happen here is they'll audit all the customers and they'll see if you have like a the average consumer for your specific brand is actually getting the benefit you're promoting in the ads. So, like for example, with my Clear Acne client, like that client, we make an aggressive claim, which is like acne gone in like 30 minutes, for example. And that particular claim right there, for 99% of people, they're going to get sued by the FTC. What you don't know and don't see is that our product went through clinical trials and went through FDA testing and everything, and had a 99.5% success rate. So it's an FDA regulated device. Went through clinical trials, all of those good things right there. And that's not like, me just believing what some kid like dropshipper said. Like they have an actual doctor on their team and stuff like that. I've traveled to Austin, Texas, and actually got to see the offices and stuff like that. Like it's an actual real practice right there.
Mhm.
Average person running that's going to get like clinically fucked by the FTC if they run that stuff. So you just have to understand for your specific product and your customers, the claim you're making, the average person gets that benefit. So another example is weight loss. I can say you can lose weight in 30 days with this product, but losing weight is not a measurable number. But if I say, hey, you lose 100 pounds in 30 days, and the average person from all the thousands of my customers, if they don't lose 100 pounds on average within 30 days, I can get sued by the FTC. So it has to
Okay.
be the average of what you're promoting in your ad is what people are getting for it to be safe and compliant.
Got it. Got it. All right. And last question. Usually is the client calling like the FTC or they're moving by themselves?
So what'll happen is there's a couple things to know about the FTC. So for example, the FTC is not just going to go after anyone. The FTC is going to go after people that are making money. So years and years ago, it was only like billion-dollar companies. Then it turned into like $100 million companies. Now they're going for companies that are literally only making like $1 million a month, which like that still sounds like a lot for a lot of y'all, but like for me, that's not shit, $1 million a month. So guess what's going to happen over the next couple of years? They're going to start going all the way down to companies doing 100K a month, and then further down to people doing literally 10, 20K a month. in revenue, especially with AI and stuff of how quickly now it is for like people to like basically go and like audit internet networks and stuff. I would imagine that's going to even shrink faster. The FTC also works by they make money when they sue you. So they don't want to just sue anyone. Like they have to have enough complaints about a company for them to actually go investigate. So like for example, if you never have any complaints about your business, you don't have any chargebacks, you don't have any refunds, like you're fine. But if you're getting a ton of chargebacks, a ton of complaints, people are basically saying like, "Hey, what you advertised was nothing close to what you even said." That's when you have to watch out right there. That's when you have a pissed off customer base, and those people are going to go start complaining about you. And all it takes is a few people to start going, put in those complaints to where you're going to start getting investigated right there. Lastly, is there is lawyers out there. Like for example, in the state of California, I remember seeing there was a lawyer in California that was literally just going and clicking on ads and seeing if their website was compliant with like what you call it, the disability thing. And
Yeah, I
if
remember when you got the lawyer.
yeah, yeah. So like there was literally just a lawyer out there going and clicking on websites all day and finding websites that wasn't compliant with the disability and just go and launch lawsuits against them. And that's how they made money as a law firm. They have a lawyer in Florida that was doing the SMS opt out, where like if they couldn't one click opt out of an SMS, that was like they were just going to launch like lawsuits and stuff like that. So it's not just the FTC you have to worry about. You see independent law firms that are just like they make money when they sue people. So, they're just out there sitting all day just trying to find websites that are not compliant with either the terminology or things like that, and then go and sue people from there. So it's two ways you can technically get like fucked by like saying things in your advertising that's just not true.
Got it. All right. I'll try to be more careful about it. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's like crazy. Like we have a client that I mean they're multiple, well over $100 million valuation and stuff like that. And this particular client, like Facebook ads only makes up like a small percentage of their revenue. Like we still spend like good chunk of money. Like nothing like at our peak with this client, we were spending 15K a day. And every time we create a Facebook ad, even if it's just for a campaign, spending $5 a day, every time we create an ad, it has to go through multiple different lawyers. They have full time on payroll. Like these lawyers just sit in office all day, just reviewing marketing assets from the various different divisions of their company. Because even if it's just one little small ad that makes up a little small percentage of their revenue, if they get a lawsuit launched for that ad, the whole company can get a direct hit. So like, yeah, we have literally every time we create an ad, it takes like 2 weeks to 3 weeks to get in the ad account because it has to go through and sit through these lawyers. And then we have to like explain certain things sometimes when the lawyers don't get it. And of course the lawyers are like much older, not really Facebook ad friendly. So sometimes there's a little bit back and forth we have to do over and over with that client.
So usually you wait for the lawyer check. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, and it'll be funny too because
Yeah,
there'll be
it is.
sometimes like time sensitive ad angles, and by the time we get it approved and back, it's like these are Christmas ads and we got them approved in January.
All right. Understood.
So
Thank you. I mean, don't ask to ChatGPT this stuff because you can run anything with that. Like, say no to everything. Like,
yeah, yeah, as long as you understand those key things there. The last thing is just if you're getting a ton of chargebacks for people that are saying like, hey, like this cures cancer, for example, and everyone's like, hey, this didn't cure my cancer, like I want my fucking money back. And if you're getting a ton of people complaining about that it didn't do the thing that you advertised it, then that's where it's like, hey, we need to change the way we're talking about. Yeah, like we just parted ways with a client because they had one ad that was just extremely uncompliant that they scaled up with, and then they hired us to like go and find new ads that were completely compliant, so that way they like wouldn't get risk and fucked down the line. But yeah, no, just terrible product overall.
I saw this morning doing research, some guys running like cancer stuff, and I'm disgusted about it. Like,
Yeah, I stay away from saying cancer in any ads. That's one of those where it's like sometimes if you call out really big diseases and really big names in ads that are medically related, the Facebook AI will auto reject you.
So
They had Joe Rogan on on the odds talking about cancer was a shit. Like I hate that people, and I'm bad. Like I know I am. Like I rip stuff. I do all the bullshit. But
yeah.
anyway,
And like ripping, the FTC is not going to come at you for ripping content. No, that's just where it's going to be an independent lawyer that the person's content you ripped, they're hiring the lawyer. And then they're not going to want to hire a lawyer for just any company. It has to be like a pretty well established company. So
yeah. I was just saying like there is a limit on everything.
yeah,
Thank you, buddy.
welcome. All right. Anyone who did not ask a question already have a questions. If not, then I'll let Luca go. But just give me a second, Luca, before I let you go. Anyone have anything that you did not go already? All right, cool. Luca, go ahead.
Yeah, I had like two quick questions. First one is I told you about the payment processing in Denmark, which was so bad. And after some research, it was mainly about banks denying any international transactions. They apparently have like strict rules with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a store that was in Denmark with Danish krone as the main currency, and I've tested it a bit. It seems to be working there. Cards. I had some clients who were like abandoned checkouts, and I sent them an email, yo, try this, and it worked. Now, but the campaign was performing really badly. Denmark is performing good on the main campaign, but when switching and letting run, even at a low budget, it just doesn't perform. So my idea was to make a redirect to the .dk in front website, the subdomain, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea and if Facebook will be annoyed that it's a redirect because I heard that they're pretty strict on those things.
They just don't like redirects when it's like like nothing even remotely close. It's like they click on an ad and then they get redirected to like a porn site. Like they don't like that shit.
Mm,
So like if it's literally the same website just in a different language or like it's literally just the same website but just a different domain for like, a different country, like you'll be fine for that. Um
okay,
yeah, it's just when it's like completely like off. They don't like that shit.
I gotcha. Okay, I'm not gonna make no porn website, so sure.
Yeah, stay away from that.
And second question was I got like a bunch of emails. So for example, this guy was saying that he has a store, a paddle store in Lisbon, and he wanted to like sell my product, but it's not branded yet. And some other like coach wanting some ambassador, and another pro player wanted to try it out. So should I focus on actually trying to make deals with these guys, or just focus on my stuff? And because I'm in the process of talking about branding and stuff with suppliers, but it's a slower process, so it takes time.
I don't want to launch any brand deals and stuff like that until I know their content works for me. Um, if I know their content works really well for me and they are actually like can contribute to me, then I'll launch some type of brand deal or like longer term partnership. But like I don't want to do any of that until like I actually know that they can make me money.
No, I think they were asking like for commission on sales mostly, and not like a paid partnership.
Oh yeah. Give them a coupon code, discount code, and let it roll.
Okay, just
Hey,
I think
here's a 20% off discount code, and every time someone uses your code, I'll give you 10% of all sales for that. That's attributed to that code.
okay, okay, I can do that. And how about the stores? Because I think for those I definitely need to brand something. Like have
Um,
my own logo on my packaging.
yeah, no, I like that. So for the stores, define that a little bit more for me real quick. I don't know if I got the full answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that I definitely need some branding on my packaging for that.
Oh yeah. You don't want to be like having them doing unboxings on like Instagram, and it literally just be like there's like random bad packaging, and then it's just like this little clear bag in the packaging, and it'd be like some unbranded insoles and stuff like that. Now,
Yeah.
with that being said, you could start off just generic as you are, and just make sure they don't do anything with the packaging. You can just be straight up forward with them. Hey, look, we're working on some new packaging and stuff like that, so I just don't want to highlight that on the content and stuff. But I would love for you to highlight like actually putting them in the shoes, playing the game with it, and like tagging us, using your code and stuff. I think that's a really good opportunity right there with what you currently have now. And then what you can do from there moving forward is then start updating your packaging to showcase how good it is.
Okay, okay, yeah, I'm working on it, but I think it's gonna take at least like a couple, at least 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks. So
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. Like I wouldn't be too stressed about it right now. Because again, I haven't seen unboxing videos even crush in a long time and like showing off the packaging in a while. So
okay, but my other idea was like if I ship them this badly packaged product, they might like be very turned off and not want to do it anymore.
well,
So
you tell them right away. You
okay,
tell them
yeah, I
what you
wasn't I didn't yeah, yeah, okay, that's a good idea, being straight up.
Yeah, like one of the best human psychology things is when you tell people what they should expect before they should even expect it, then like no one like, oh well, yeah, you already told me this. So it's like, I don't know if you ever watched the Batman movie or like the Joker, and he's like, I forgot the exact quote of how it says, but it's like let's see, no one blinks an eye. Batman. Let's see. Hold up. I'm actually curious. I'm looking this up real quick. Show y'all. They actually have the full thing. I just want to know the full Joker quote. Oh, come on, really? It's like literally in the movie of like Batman where Joker's like, long story short, you tell the city that I'm gonna blow up the city tomorrow. No one blinks an eye, but like long story short, when it happens and no one told them before, um, then no one like everyone freaks out. Everyone goes wild. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing with all expectations, right? Like anything in life. Um, like I had a video editor who like never told me. It was one of the editors I trialed in the last like month, and like he never would tell me when I should expect creatives. So like I didn't care if it was going to take a week for creatives to be done. And but I also didn't know when they'll be done. So like I followed up with them like 2 days after I sent him the video and just be like, hey, is this almost done? He's like, yeah, about to be done. So I was like, hey, look, just for now on, set the expectation with me. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need to be done tomorrow, but like at least if you tell me a day it's gonna be done, then I know when to expect it. So, and this is the same thing with like even in our advertising campaigns for like various different parts of like our um like when you should expect the benefits of this product. Is it going to be right away or is it going to take a few days to kick in? Like if you set all those expectations in the beginning before people even get the product, then like no one's going to even bat an eye about the thing. So as long as you tell the person, hey, look, we're in the process of revamping our packaging right now. The packaging you're going to get's not the best, but the product still works amazing. There's nothing wrong with the product at all. I just don't want to highlight that in the Instagram content. And when I get the new packaging in, I'll send you a new product with or the same product just in the new packaging, just so you can also kind of give us feedback on it. And it's like, cool.
Yeah. Okay. That's a really fair approach. And I'm actually really excited to brand this product because I've had even now with the bad branding and everything, I've had people reorder. I had this guy order twice after the first one, so that's crazy for me.
That's really good. I think this is where now you can start looking at how do we turn this brand into like a paddle sports brand, especially to with the emerging like just kind of market of this, which it's been emerging, so it's not like it's new, but like it's consistently growing every day. I know like in my hometown, we just got like a whole facilities built specifically for pickleball. Um, like the gyms first started adding pickleball courts. Now we have a whole facility now specifically for pickleball. So it's
Mm.
definitely growing in terms of the like the trend for it. So I would definitely be looking at now what's the long-term goal of this brand. you can make more products that help people perform on the court. You can go into clothing, apparel. You can, first lead people in with the insoles, and then you can go into like other things they may be struggling with. And then you can even go all the way down to like clothing and apparel as well.
That's a good one. And would you send, because in the branding area, would you also send cards to people asking for content in return for some discount, or just some discount hoping they'll come back and shop our other areas?
It's like DoorDash, which I don't know if you're familiar with DoorDash. It's a food
I
service.
am.
Yeah. Like every time I place an order on DoorDash, it like pops up like, hey, get like a $5 credit on your next meal if you take a picture of it when you get this meal in that you just ordered. So it's like get a $25 store credit when you send a video in of you using this insoles. And you can just literally put that in the insole, like in the thing, and then have like an email address where people can email it to.
Yeah, okay. My only concern is that they're Europeans, so mostly don't speak English. Should I just tell them to speak in whatever language they want?
Yeah, because then you have content for that specific area.
Dope. Okay.
Like if you're advertising in English to Europe, and then like some dude from like Spain, for example, gets it and does the whole ad in Spanish, then like you have a whole creative now specifically for Spain.
Yeah.
So if anything, that's a pro.
Yeah, true. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Nick.
Welcome. All right. Anyone have any other questions? Literally anyone. It doesn't even have to be if you haven't asked anything yet, whatever.
Okay, quick question around Halloween. It does not tie into my brand, but I'm thinking about doing maybe not Halloween, but like fall sale creatives around my ads.
I would even look at the message for your brand. Like you're definitely a political brand.
Right.
Um,
So like a King's Day protest sale.
what's your political party's biggest fears, and then turning that into like a Halloween type thing?
Okay.
How can you manipulate those things around? That's what I'd be looking at.
Okay. I mean, the biggest fear is, being arrested for our views because
Another one right there, Jen. Opposite contrary is, what is the biggest fear of the other party? And then leveraging your shirts as a way to, like you could do like the other party, and then like you could do like typical things that they'd be scared of for Halloween, but then like
yeah.
be horrified of your shirts. Like that's
Okay.
a fun way right there, where it's like,
Okay.
you do like I'm just thinking of like random like Halloween people, like Jason with the chainsaw, Freddy Krueger,
Right.
stuff like that. And then like those people looking like good guys compared to like your shirts of how much they're scared of your shirts of the other political.
Right. Okay, Nick. Okay. I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I would try.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome. Y'all can start leveraging Halloween stuff now. I know we have one client right now scaling really well for Halloween. So yeah, Halloween stuff. Technically I would wait till October 1st to start your Halloween sales, but if y'all not seeing any traction at all with fall sale, y'all are more than welcome to try Halloween sale and just literally rebrand the offer. All right, let's see. Manpreet. I don't know if I say your name properly, but go ahead.
Nick, how are you doing?
Hey, doing good. How about you?
Yeah, good. I recently joined, Circle, and my background is in drop shipping and now turning the drop shipping into a brand.
Nice.
And I've been through the course and I realized the product I'm selling, I just put in the chat. I'm selling muscle stimulator. So what I realized, based on the Facebook comments, People are saying it's not working, or it's a scam, or it's a so I'm still concerned, like this is the product to sell. I get
Like, have you bought this product and tried it out to see if it works?
Yeah, I tried. It just make your abs more stronger, but
Okay.
it doesn't, like one of the ads I was running, I was claiming like lose number of pounds in 2 weeks time, but I stopped that ad because I realized it's not right.
Yeah, and I think this is also where like we have to show realistic scenarios, right? Like, can you lose weight with this thing? I'm sure. But like if I'm like, like let's just say for example on my frame body, like I'm 170 pounds right now. If I was like 300 pounds, like I'd be pretty hefty. And
Yep.
I put this thing on for 2 weeks, would I have a six pack? No, not at
No,
all.
not at all.
So I think it's more in terms of like the realistic scenario here of what people are going to achieve with this. And that way you're not going to get the scam thing. So I wouldn't say like abs in 2 weeks, for example, but I would say like strengthening your core. What are also other benefits of strengthening your core? For people who like lift heavy weight, a strong based core helps out a lot with just lifting more weight and stuff like that. There's a lot of benefits of a strong core. There's even some ties of like a strong core to reduce back pain as well. If you have a strong core and you brace your abs properly when like lifting heavier stuff, it takes less weight off your back and like potentially hurting your back and stuff like that. So like for an example, I wouldn't say like, hey, it like relieves all back pain, but I would say it reduces back pain, and then you can kind of go in how it works from like the mechanism side right there of like strengthening the core. Then when you lift heavier stuff, your core takes on more power. Um, you could also even show like a shocking statistic of like how many people are dealing with back pain, and like the one of the reasons for back pain is a weak core, and like it's very difficult to do like crunches and abs and stuff like that with like a hurt back. So this thing allows you to not move as much while still strengthening your core, which helps reduce back pain down the line. So I think those are all like some things that I would kind of take around with this product itself. But yeah, the big thing here is the claims you're going to make. If you make too crazy of claim, then what's going to happen? You're going to have a lot of people that this also looks so fake right here. If you make too crazy of claims, yeah, you will have people saying like basically long story short, scam product, things like that. So just be careful on that.
Yeah, that's a really good angle actually, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna try. So I
I would
recently
also do a
brand.
separate one here. I would do one product page specifically for women and one product page specifically for men. But yeah, you do have some pretty crazy photos over here of like the women wearing it and stuff, like their glutes and stuff. So like I would do a whole separate product page specifically for a woman, specifically for their glutes if that's what you're trying to hit on, and make this a little bit more like, hey, one product page specifically for men, one specifically for a woman. This is also insane right here. This needs to be fixed. You need to have one tab for color, one tab for size, and call it a day. This is way too many options. That's like difficult for people to select. Oh, and you also have replacement gel, 10 bags. Yeah, this needs to be like an upsell separately off to the side. So this also
Okay.
needs to be cleaned up a lot. Um, remove this viral on TikTok thing. Remove this selling fast. Remove this sell ending. Like all of this just looks like scammy now for people when they're looking at this. Really good site for you to check out. I've recommended them 1,000 times. It's Rose Skin Co. Rose Skin Co. has a really clean product page. It hits on all the main trust assets and stuff like that. I would definitely recommend checking them out. Let's see, hold up. Let me go there. Lumi, for example. Yeah, like they have a very good product page, all the key things you need to understand about the product and like all of those good things like that. So, yeah, that'll definitely help you out a lot with first getting your product page cleaned up because there's a lot of problems right here with this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I will do that.
So,
Thanks, Nick.
you're welcome. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Alex, that should be the last person real quick.
Hey Nick, so I have a question. It's more kind of help me think through this. So we increased, I have a clothing brand, so we increased our pricing by around 30% in July. And what I noticed, we have a drop model, so we have a collection every 6 weeks. And on that first day when the collection launches, we have a lot of repeat customers.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed right away after the price increase, the conversion rate on that first day, it averaged like 3% on the launch day. Now it's like 1.4%. And so like it became lower. And what I'm thinking at the moment is like, is it that the creatives that, I ran or the way like the brand was angled was not that premium? Or like if I want to, is it possible for me to achieve the old conversion rate? And how would I go about doing it? Like, would I need to change the angle of the brand, the creative
It's
side?
it's pretty normal that like as you increase your price, like for example, with Icon, I think we had a 1% conversion rate, but like we had $100 something AOV. I remember working with a brand like years ago, and they had like a $400 to $500 per pair of pants, and like their shirts were like $300, and like their conversion rate was like 0.25%.
Mm,
So higher price point will have a lower conversion rate. Now, the thing is like you have to start looking at like why do people easily go drop $2,000 or $3,000 on a shirt from Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Balenciaga and stuff like that? Is because well-known people wear their stuff. So exactly the same thing here for your brand. What are well-known influencers that we're going to start bringing on into our influencer portion of our business? You'll notice when you go to higher ticket fashion, it's about who's wearing your stuff and just consistently using the same no brand random people, there's no influence of those people in terms of our buyers and stuff.
I see. So leveraging like influencers who have clout
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. But and this is also where it's like, who do we bring on as an influencer? I've made the kind of examples before with like workout brands and stuff like that. Like if you look at like I love Alpha Elite. Alpha Elite's a really good workout brand. And then Young LA, for example, they have two completely different types of people. Alpha Elite's a lot more like stories of come up, right? Like all their influencers who are like actual like athletes for their brand. Those people are all like people that have like businesses, they've overcame something major in their life, they've really preserved, like pushed, got successful and stuff, and they're a lot like all similar in terms of like motivational and stuff like that. Whereas like Young LA, it's like any kid with a TikTok that kind of blew up for just doing random skits and stuff like that. Much younger demographic, but yet still work out and everything. So the types of people you bring on is what represents the culture of your business, of who, is the type of person that's going to buy from your brand right there. So you don't want just any influencer of clout. You also have to kind of hand pick influencers that share common culture within them, amongst them, that's going to create that who is your brand, the type of people that buy from your brand.
yeah, I think what you're kind of referring to is like the way you would angle and your brand positioning, right? So from the influencers that you use, and also maybe like the way the website looks, the content that you put out on your own page, all of that signals to the consumer like what is my brand and what
Yeah.
is the price point,
Yeah.
right?
It's not also just price point, but yes, it does make up price point, right? Because if I'm doing very, very low level content of just like, I don't know, like I think of like the prankster people that just go on the street and make pranks. Like very, very hard to sell like a $300 shirt to those types of people. That's like my audience.
Yeah.
But if I make content of like unboxing Rolexes every day, I'm gonna have a much higher income level of people watching my stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, I remember talking to you about this, how we had that price increase and now sort of people are messaging me like the old customers, they're like, "Oh, you priced out like all the old, OG customers from the brand." And you kind of feel like, "Ah, should I go back and like do the old pricing?" But we put so much emphasis on the product itself.
Yeah.
Like we have 4 people on the product team. We're like developing these garments, like custom made everything. And so like I want to be able to charge like a premium price for it.
Well,
Uh,
showcase that. Like I think of like Ben Francis where he's going around and like did tours of Gymshark, and you see like a whole team designing fabrics every day. You see a whole team manufacturing the stuff. You see a whole design team coming up with designs. Like there's like multiple different groups of teams of people putting emphasis into like each individual product they push out. You see the like big collection right there on the ground of just things that they were about to launch but just didn't quite meet quality because they're very, very hand-pick the designs that go out. They want to make sure it's something that'll last for years. So showcase that in an ad, create a video showcasing that. Even address it. Like literally the first thing you say is a lot of our customers are upset of the fact that we increased our price, but let me show you what that gets you at that new price and what we stand for.
Okay. Well, we have a one-on-one scheduled next week, so I can show you some of our creatives when
Sweet.
we have our meeting. But yeah, I know it's past 4, so I don't want to take up too much of your time.
All good. Yeah, I gotta hop in another call in like 3 minutes. So yeah, no, this was solid. Gave y'all some extra time today, so hopefully it helped y'all all out. Sweet. Yeah, y'all give me about 2 hours and I'll get the call recording uploaded in the chat and everything. Definitely a solid call. Next week we'll have another Friday BFCM planning call next Friday. So but yeah, y'all take care, everyone. Have a good rest of y'all day. I'll see
Thank
y'all.
you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Nick.